Let's kick things off with the 2025 NFL Draft and some of the big moves the Chiefs made. Kansas City made some serious moves this year, and it all started with a trade-up that had a lot of fans talking. The Chiefs traded up to grab Josh Simmons, an offensive lineman out of Ohio State. This move was huge, not just because of the talent Simmons brings, but because it fills a big need on the offensive line. Protecting Patrick Mahomes is always a priority, and Simmons, with his impressive skills, should give the Chiefs an immediate boost. There's a lot of excitement around his potential to start right away and be a fixture on that line for years to come. But the Chiefs weren't done there. They also selected Brashard Smith, a speedy wide receiver who could add a new element to the Chiefs' offense. We know how much the team values speed, and Smith's got plenty of it. His potential as a deep threat and a return specialist will definitely be something to watch. He could provide a spark on special teams and also make a difference in the receiving game. The Chiefs also picked up a couple of defensive players to bolster their depth on that side of the ball. These guys might not be household names yet, but the team is clearly investing in adding talent that can contribute in the near future, especially with the way their defense has been evolving. Overall, the Chiefs had a very productive draft. By getting key players at positions of need, they've set themselves up to stay competitive for years to come. But the real question is, who's going to step in and make an immediate impact? So, what are your thoughts on the Chiefs' 2025 NFL Draft moves? Which pick are you most excited about? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to hit that subscribe button for more updates on everything Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk about Josh Simmons, because this rookie didn't just show up to minicamp, he showed out. But it wasn't just his physical performance that made, headlines. It was what he said that got Chiefs Kingdom buzzing. When Simmons met with the media after practice, he didn't hold back. He said, "I'm not here to learn slowly, I'm here to win a starting job now." That one sentence told fans everything they needed to know about this guy's mindset. And let me tell you, it's the kind of confidence you love to hear from a first-round pick. Now, we've seen rookies come in with swagger before, but Simmons backed it up with action. Coaches raved about his footwork, his size, and his ability to adapt quickly to the pro level. Andy Reid and the staff aren't handing anyone a starting job, but Simmons is clearly on a mission, and that's exactly the kind of fire the Chiefs need up front. His attitude isn't cocky, it's focused, it's determined. Simmons made it clear that he's not just happy to be in the NFL. He's here to be a difference maker, to protect Mahomes, and to help bring another Lombardi back to Kansas City. And fans? They're already buying into the hype. Social media lit up after his press conference. Some fans were calling him the next cornerstone of the offensive line. Others appreciated his no-nonsense approach, something that feels like it fits perfectly in the Chiefs' locker room. But of course, the real test will come during training camp and preseason. Can he win that starting role? Will he hold his own against NFL pass rushers? That's what we'll be watching closely in the weeks ahead. So let's hear from you. What did you think of Josh Simmons' statement? Was it the confidence of a future star, or should he tone it down until he's proven himself? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to vote in the poll. Will Simmons start Week 1? Rookie minicamp wasn't just about Josh Simmons. Several other young players showed flashes of something special, and if you're a die-hard Chiefs fan, you'll want to know who turned heads this past weekend. Let's start with Brashard Smith, the speedy wide receiver out of Miami. This guy might have been an undrafted free agent, but you wouldn't know it from how he practiced. Smith consistently found space, showed smooth route running, and made a few eye-popping catches that had coaches nodding in approval. His explosiveness off the line? Electric. And you know how Andy Reid loves a versatile weapon who can move around the formation. Smith might be a long shot to make the roster, but if he keeps stacking days like that, don't count him out. Then there's Jalen Royals. Chiefs Kingdom? This guy looks like a sleeper. Coming out of Utah State, Royals was known for his big play ability, and he didn't disappoint. His chemistry with the quarterbacks looked surprisingly sharp, and his hands were as reliable as they come. He's not the biggest guy on the field, but he plays with that underdog grit that Chiefs fans love. Could he sneak into the wide receiver rotation? It's possible, especially if he shines in preseason. And don't forget about the defensive side. While there weren't as many splash plays from that group, coaches liked what they saw in terms of effort and discipline. The coaching staff is focused on mental reps right now, getting these guys up to NFL speed in terms of playbook and communication. But the big takeaway from minicamp? This rookie class came in ready. There was a serious level of focus and energy from top to bottom. Even the tryout players brought intensity, trying to earn a spot on the 90-man roster. Now it's your turn. Who stood out the most to you from rookie minicamp? Are you keeping an eye on Brashard Smith? Do you think Jalen Royals has a shot to make the 53-man roster? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button if you're loving this rookie class so far. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, we've talked about the winners. But what about the guys who didn't quite seize the moment? Minicamp isn't just about making big plays. It's about consistency, energy, and showing coaches you belong. And unfortunately, not everyone walked away from the weekend feeling like a lock for training camp. Let's start with the harsh truth. Not all draft picks or signings are going to pop right away. That's just the reality of the NFL. Some rookies looked a step behind, especially in terms of processing speed and playbook retention. Coaches won't call them out publicly, but there were a few faces with puzzled expressions during drills, and that's never a good sign. One surprise? A few of the undrafted wide receivers who came in with buzz didn't separate much from defenders or struggled with drops. In a crowded WR room fighting for those final depth spots, any slip-up can hurt your chances. Coaches value consistency over flash. If you're not making routine plays, you're falling behind. Then there are the tryout guys. Look, the odds are always stacked against them, but this year's crop had a tough time standing out. In fact, none of the tryout players were immediately signed to the roster after camp ended, which tells you a lot about the level of competition. But, and this is key, it's not the end of the road. The Chiefs coaching staff takes a long view. One shaky minicamp doesn't define your future. Some players are slow starters. Some need a full offseason in the system. We've seen guys like Tershawn Wharton or Justin Watson rise from obscurity into key contributors. It's about how you respond when things don't go your way. So if you're an underdog fan, keep the faith. Someone who struggled in rookie camp might turn into a preseason breakout star in August. What do you think, Chiefs fans? Is there someone you're still rooting for despite a slow start? Think any of the underdogs deserve another shot at training camp? Let me know in the comments. And hey, we all love a good comeback story, right? Okay, Chiefs Kingdom, let's zoom out for a second. After rookie minicamp, where does this team stand, and what should we expect heading into the next phase of the offseason? First off, the Chiefs came away from camp with clarity. Josh Simmons looks like he's got real potential to be a long-term starter on the offensive line. His presence alone could end up giving the offense more protection for Mahomes and improve the run game dramatically. Then you've got explosive skill guys like Jalen Royals and Brashard Smith turning heads. Royals gives Mahomes another potential deep threat, and Smith's ability to move around the formation, whether in the slot, out wide, or even returning kicks, adds a new layer of versatility to the offense. With some polish and reps, these two could push for meaningful snaps. On defense, guys like Kamal Hadden showed they're ready to compete. And in a system like Spags runs, aggressive, physical, and fast, those traits will give him a real shot to climb the depth chart quickly. But it's not just about the stars of minicamp. The depth battles are going to be wild this year. Whether it's WR5, CB4, or the final linebacker spot, every inch will be earned. Rookie. Minicamp laid the groundwork, but OTAs and full training camp are where the real competition begins, and that's what makes this part of the offseason so exciting. You can see the Chiefs' vision taking shape: smart draft picks, speed upgrades, high football IQ. These aren't just random athletes, they're fits. Veach and Reed know what they want, and it shows. Now, is every rookie going to hit? Of course not. But the early signs from minicamp? Very encouraging. If just 2 or 3 of these guys end up becoming regular contributors, this draft class could go down as another Veach masterclass. So let's go, Chiefs Kingdom. Who's your breakout pick? Who are you keeping your eyes on during training camp? Vote in the poll and sound off in the comments. This team isn't just built for today, it's being built for another Super Bowl run. And based on what we saw in rookie camp, the future is bright in Kansas City.